So usually at the beginning of the month, I make a weigh-in video, and I have not made a weigh-in video since the beginning of January. So I have not been weighing in, and that is because January went great. Then February did not go so good, and now we are at the beginning of March, and I am still kind of trying to bounce back. If you'd like a better recap on that, go ahead and check out the last video that I posted. I talk a little bit more in detail about that. Long story short, what happened was I kind of fell off on my diet. I've been doing okay about exercise, but I do feel like a majority of weight loss for me is diet related, because I feel like for a few years now, I've been pretty good about exercise, and diet was always what slowed me down, what stalled weight loss, what caused weight gain. So when I stray away from paying attention to what I'm eating, that is when things don't go as good. And I definitely have not been tracking what I've been eating. I have started eating more processed foods. I have been taking bites here and there of random things. I am literally coming to you straight from eating like 4 chocolate mini donuts, which I should not have done, because the rest of my day was great, and I kind of just sabotaged myself. I need to get back to it, and what I have found has really helped with my motivation is making YouTube videos. I did take a little break there when I was uploading my compilation series, and I was kind of just relaxing and eating. I am back to making more weight loss vlogs more regularly. So we are going to start with a weigh-in video, and I have not weighed myself yet. It is the evening of March 3rd today. So I usually weigh myself in the mornings. I feel like if you weigh yourself at the same time with the same circumstances every single day, you get a better outlook on what your weight is. So I weigh myself every morning, empty stomach, haven't had a sip of water yet. It's one of the first things that I do in the morning, so then I get that consistent weight. So tomorrow morning is the morning that I find out how much I weigh. I will say I am quite nervous. I've not weighed myself in a long time, and obviously my habits have not been great. So I'm nervous to know what it is, but the longer that I put off not knowing what it is, the longer that I can live in this la-la land of just guessing what it is. Some days I do feel better about it. I wouldn't say like good about it, but some days I do feel better about it, where I'm like, I can't have gained that much. And then some days, like yesterday, I felt huge. I felt like I have to be getting to like 175 at this point, which, if you don't know, the lowest that I got was in January, I believe, at 165. So that will be a gain of like 10 pounds, and I really am only losing like 2 pounds a month right now. We're not going to get into the numbers of it all. Just know that 175 would be quite the jump for me right now, and I don't want to jump that far right now. If you're completely new to my channel, I originally was 250 pounds when I started my weight loss journey, and that was freshly postpartum. I feel like a majority of my adult life I sat around 220-ish. So still feeling good about where I'm at. And my big goal, my first big goal, was 170. So we're doing okay. But it just, I guess it's hard for me to really explain how I'm feeling right now. I hope I'm doing an okay job at it, but tomorrow's the day that I'm gonna weigh myself. I'm kind of hoping that I'll be in the 160s, but I'm expecting to see somewhere in the 170s. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning. I just woke up. I still got the overnight curls in. I'm wearing my exercise outfit because hopefully I will get a workout in today, but I am quite sore because I did 2 strength days in a row and I am in pain. But I'm here for the weigh-in. I'll be honest, I was pretty hopeful that I would be in the 160s. I was hoping that I was just overreacting to my little fall off series that we did for all of February, and that I would still be maintaining in the 160s, but I am in the 170s, so we're going to fix that. But first, I need to wake up. Okay, so we are getting back on track by taking a minute and organizing everything in my MyNet Diary app for the day. I already put in my protein coffee. I have these chicken breakfast links that I got at Costco that I honestly do not like, and I gotta get through them. I just wanted to kind of mix up my mornings, and I wanted something a little bit more protein heavy that wasn't, I don't like eggs, or yogurt. Yogurt I like, but I just don't like eggs. And then the only other option was yogurt. So I got these chicken sausages, and I don't like them. But I also bought these Sola bagels, and they are so good, but they're also super high in fiber. So I am reaching out to people who are smarter than me. Should I be concerned about getting too much fiber? Because I got like 60 grams of fiber yesterday. And that seems like a lot. So that plus an apple is what I'm planning on having for breakfast today. It is almost 11 o'clock. So most of my breakfast is going to be kind of late. I will probably start making that right now and eat that before I get the kid off the bus. And then for lunch, I have planned crock pot chicken taco bowl, which I used to buy the pulled rotisserie chicken stuff from Aldi. Then I started making a bunch of chicken just in the crock pot and pulling it there. I'll probably move back and forth between these two different ways of making the chicken depending on just what I'm feeling like, but I have to update the recipe every single time because the weight of the chicken is different every single time. This is babbling about just some random details that don't need to be babbled about. I have the tortilla Quest chips that I need to get through, and this is one of the things that I want to change about my diet coming up is I want to stop buying these health processed foods. And that is because I feel like as soon as I started buying the processed versions of things that are supposed to be healthy, that are supposed to be high protein, it kind of just threw me off completely. It made me start wanting all of the different processed things, which is okay to have processed things every once in a while. But when I started replacing my more whole foods with these more processed things, it just seemed like my diet got off the rails. So those are not good for me. And I'm gonna go back to eating the whole food version of things. I found that, not for tacos really, but for my salads to add a little crunch without it being chips. I found that carrots are pretty good. So if I chop up carrots or if I buy like the shredded carrots, I enjoy that just as much. Well, maybe not just as much. I do really like croutons, but I overdo croutons very, 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 very easily. So I decide not to buy them. And then every once in a while, I'll also chop up like some sourdough and throw it in. If I want it crispy, I'll toast it. You know, want to get down yet?
Up.
You like being up? And then I have some cheese that I'm gonna add in with that because I felt like the calories were too low for lunch. So I added cheese because cheese is fun and I like cheese. For dinner, we're going to be having breakfast for dinner, so the kids will probably have waffles. I was considering making my protein waffles, but I already had protein powder in my coffee this morning, and I'm trying to not have my protein powder multiple times a day. Just, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't completely rely on protein powder for protein. I should rely on it for just a little boost. So this meal is not very high calorie and it's not very high protein. I don't know what else to do with it. I'll probably go back to it later if I feel like I need to, or I'll just end up having a light dinner. I don't know, but this is just the general plan. So for snacks, I made an emergency snack for when I'm feeling like I need to just be really, really snacky, get something crunchy, get something salty quick. And this is usually when I would go on the cupboards and I would just take handfuls of things, or I would steal goldfish off of my kids' plates, you know, stuff like that. What I planned for when I start feeling that snacky urge is I have my chicken snack sticks that I got from Costco. I have pretzels and baby carrots, and I think that will hit all of the areas of my crunchy craving, when I just want something crunchy, something salty. And then I have something saved for when I am feeling like I need something sweet. And that will usually be pretty close to bedtime is when I usually want something sweet. I have a Yeso bar with some chocolate syrup. And the chocolate syrup is just because sometimes I like to add a little bit more chocolate to really boost the sweetness. And I had room in my calories for it, so I'm gonna go for it. So all of that together is a little over 1,300 calories with almost 120 grams of protein. And I definitely have room to add calories because my minimum amount of calories right now is 1,400 on like a lower day. And then my maximum calories is about 1,800 calories. And I usually like to hit about 15. A lot of times I will add a little bit of a buffer here and there because especially lately, I have been just like taking things off my kids' plates and just grabbing things without even thinking about it and then just not tracking it. So that's the plan for meals today. I need to make the rest of my breakfast and then I think we're gonna go outside and play for a little bit. I did so much outside. I finally got all the Christmas lights down and put away all of our outdoor winter decorations, and I put up our summer decorations. Maybe I'm a little bit too hopeful. It is the beginning of March, and putting up summer stuff when it's probably gonna happen that there will be a snowstorm at least once in March before we actually get spring. But I'm putting the spring vibes out. I'm done with the snow. I'm done. Especially now that it's starting to melt and almost all of the snow in our yard is gone. I'm just feeling very optimistic about it. But anyways, I did a lot of work outside. I'm almost at 10,000 steps now and it is about 4 in the afternoon. I also completely forgot to prep my overnight oats. So I think I'm gonna end up making my protein pancakes. That just means I'm gonna be using protein powder again today. It's fine every once in a while, but if I start using protein powder twice a day, every single day, I don't think that's okay, but every once in a while, it's fine. I'm pretty lenient on my diet in general, just because life's too short to be super strict about what you eat and to have your headspace completely consumed by food rules is just not the way that I want to live. So every once in a while, I'm gonna break my rules. So that is what I am up to right now. I'm feeling okay about my diet right now. I've had a lot of moments where I've just really wanted something sweet, but I want to save that sweet thing for the very end of the day. Almost like a reward for getting through it today. I think that's probably the best plan. Maybe I should have my savory snack now, although I don't really want it right now. I don't know what to do about that because it's getting late enough. I guess I could have it in combination with my dinner, but my dinner is going to be kind of a sweet dinner. I don't know. My brain, as I said, I don't want my mental space to be taken up by food. My mental space is taken up by food because I obviously don't want to overeat because, you know, that'll lead to weight gain, and that's the opposite of what I'm trying to do here. I am still in my weight loss journey, but I also don't want to undereat and have my body get used to eating less. But why would I eat if I'm not hungry? Why would I eat if I'm not even craving anything at the moment besides the sweets? I am craving the sweets, but I can't think of anything sweet that could be about 100 calories to fill this little slot that I have for snack. Yep, my brain is taken up by food. I'm just constantly contradicting myself, but hopefully your brain is not constantly filled with thinking about food. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. And yet here I am. Not upset about it, just annoyed about it. All right, it is time to start making breakfast for dinner. I got into the kitchen and immediately felt snacky, so I decided to go with the snack that I originally had planned. Thank goodness I planned like an emergency snack situation, because even though 2 seconds ago I was talking about how I didn't even want it, now I do. So we got an apple, which I attempted to like meal prep apples. Let me know what I did wrong here, because I was told if you soak it in ice cold water with lemon juice that it would not brown, and lo and behold, brown apple. But I'm not completely deterred by it, so it's fine, but my children would be. So if you have advice, what did I do wrong? Does it need to soak for a long time? I didn't wait that long. Maybe that's it. We got some pretzels in here too, and my chicken snack stick that I got from Costco. These are really good. Especially, I love the teriyaki one. It comes with teriyaki, and then they have a salt and pepper version, which the salt and pepper version is like classic, but the teriyaki, love the teriyaki. So one of these is 60 calories with how much protein? I don't remember how much protein. I think it was 6 grams of protein. That sounds right. Anyways, gonna sit with my snack for a minute. Then after that, we are making breakfast for dinner. All right, I'm about to make my protein pancake bowl. I'm just gonna make it in this little glass bowl that I got. We got 1 egg.
I got 1 egg.
1 egg.
Yeah.
Yep, 1 egg. I'll also need a little bit of water. That'll be enough. I can always add more later. Mix that egg. I'm also thinking I kind of want to add some blueberries to this. I have frozen blueberries in my freezer right now. All right, we got 1 scoop of the protein powder.
Wow. You're trying to mix it?
Yep, I'm trying to mix it. I think a little more water. I don't want to overdo the water too, because I'm about to add frozen blueberries and they're going to be a little bit watered down. So that will add some water to this too. Let me grab my blueberries and I'm just going to heat them for like half a minute maybe. I think I'm about to use up the rest of my blueberries, which makes me happy because I've had this for forever, but it makes me sad too because I recently discovered that I really like frozen blueberries in my pancakes. Whoa. Sorry, there's destruction happening. That's a lot of ice. That'll get really watered down. I think I forgot to add my baking powder to this mixture, and I should be measuring this, but I don't. I just sprinkle it on top, and I'm like, that's probably good, and then I mix it in. I also always forget how long this needs to be microwaved for, so I'll be winging that as well. There are the blueberries. Add that in. And then I like to put this whole thing in the microwave because honestly, flipping a protein pancake, they get so thin. It is so difficult to do, and this is just so much easier. So it only took about 4 minutes. Here's what it looks like right now. She's pretty, she smells great. I'm going to add 80 grams of my Greek yogurt here. This is the yogurt that I'm using, and this is the yogurt that I need to scarf down completely in like 5 days before it expires. So we will be ramping up consumption on this yogurt, and I'm gonna frost it like a cake. See how pretty? If I had cute sprinkles, that would be something to add to it. But I also have a problem, especially with the super chunky sprinkles, where if I have them in the house, I will literally take the sprinkle shaker and I will like take it like a shot. I don't know, I love sprinkles. I love crunchy sprinkles, the big sprinkles, they're so good. Here is my pancake. It's so much better this way when you put it in the microwave because this is so much thicker than those thin pancakes that I was making on the stovetop. They're so much easier, they never get burnt. If you're making protein pancakes with like the protein powder and stuff, switch it to this method because this is just elite. The elite method of making protein pancakes. And regular pancakes too. Like, it's so easy. You just mix all the ingredients and put it in the microwave. No flipping, no dealing with it. It feels like you're eating cake because it's kind of in a cake mold kind of thing. So good. So this entire thing here is 324 calories with 44 grams of protein. So I'm definitely going to very much so exceed my protein today. And I think I also went a little crazy with the fiber again today. Every time I have a solo bagel, my fiber is insane for the day. I'm not sure if I should be concerned about that, but I will let you know tomorrow if I end up doing a bunch of extra snacking tonight. I'm gonna try my best not to, but those donuts that I was talking about earlier are staring at me from the top of the fridge. I still have my yeso bar to eat, and if all goes according to plan, I should be hitting 1,400 calories with 148 grams of protein. Perfect. Love that. I really hope I can do it. So I will see you in the morning with another weigh-in. We'll see if me completely fixing my diet today has any significant change in my weight. We'll see. And I'll talk to you about if I mess up tonight, which happens, you know, we're human. Good morning. So last night I did kind of stray from the plan a little bit. The rest of my family had French toast for dinner, and it just looked really good. So I had a little French toast, and then my husband doesn't like the crust of the French toast, so I ate his crust because that's my favorite part. So I tracked it the best I could. I just searched in my nut diary, homemade French toast, put in 2 slices. I estimate it was about what I ate. I think I probably had more calories than what it's telling me, but this is the estimate for the day. And now let's step on the scale and see if anything happened. It's only been a day and it wasn't a perfect day, so I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but my brain is telling me it's gonna go down. All right, making my way down, feeling good, so we're just gonna do it again today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.